So picture this, you survive a plane crash, right? But then it hits you. That was no accident. That's exactly where we find Michael. He's just bailed from a party that turned into a massive shootout, escaping with his billionaire buddy, but their getaway plane gets shot right out of the sky. Now they're stranded, hunted in the middle of nowhere by this new enemy who seems to be, well, unstoppable.
And that's the question that's hanging over absolutely everything. I mean, Michael's dealt with his fair share of rivals over the years, but this is different. He is completely blinded. Who is this new player in Los Santos? Who has the money, the muscle, the motive to hunt him down with this kind of military precision? He's literally running for his life, and he has no idea who he's even running from.
And this is where you see a huge split. Michael's friend, the billionaire with a private army, he sees the writing on the wall. He's like, I'm out. This city's a lost cause. But Michael, he can't do that. His family, Amanda, Tracy, Jimmy, they're still back in Los Santos, total sitting ducks. So while his friend flies off to safety, Michael has to make a choice, and he chooses to go right back into the fire.
And his journey back, oh man, it just shows you how bad things have gotten. It is a complete and utter nightmare. He steals the only car he can find, this old beat-up muscle car, and it barely even runs. The engine's popping, it won't get up to speed, and then, of course, it runs out of gas. Just think about that for a second. This is a guy who used to drive supercars, and now he is on the side of a highway physically pushing a broken-down car. What a humbling and incredibly dangerous way to start a rescue mission.
Okay, so once Michael actually makes it back to the city, his very first move is a frantic phone call to his most trusted friend, Franklin. And the job is critical. Get the family out of their old house now. It's totally compromised. The only plan that makes any sense is to find a secret spot, lay low, and just fall completely off the grid. And you know what? Franklin comes through. He finds this amazing luxury villa, tucked away, totally secluded. It seems perfect. When Michael gets there, the family's already there, the moving trucks are just finishing up, and for just a split second, it really feels like they've found a safe haven. It's this beautiful house overlooking a river. You'd think it's the perfect place to hide from a ghost.
But that feeling of safety, it lasts for exactly 0 minutes. Literally. The moment Michael walks out onto the balcony to check out the view, the attack starts. This was never a safe house. It was a track. The enemy didn't just follow them there. They were already waiting for them. The speed and the sheer precision of this ambush is just terrifying.
And in an instant, everything just goes sideways. The whole villa is swarmed with attackers. In all the chaos, a stray bullet hits Michael's son, Jimmy. So now the house is surrounded, his son is bleeding out, and Michael has no choice but to fight his way through the chaos and make this insane escape on a jet ski with enemies shooting at him from the shore.
So Michael manages to fight off the guys chasing him, but now he has an even more urgent problem on his hands. Franklin got Jimmy away from the house, but he's hurt bad. He's bleeding out, and they can't go to a hospital. That's the first place this new enemy would look. They need a doctor, and they need one right now, completely off the books.
This is how desperate they are. Franklin comes up with this really grim but, necessary plan. They go find an isolated spot, they pick a fight with some random guy, knock him out cold, and then they call an ambulance for him. And when the paramedics show up to treat this decoy, Michael and Franklin ambush them at gunpoint and kidnap one of them to go treat Jimmy. It's dark, it's messy, but it's born from pure desperation.
So, with the kidnapped paramedic now trying to save Jimmy's life, Michael can finally shift his focus. Who is doing this to him? He needs a name. You can't go on the offensive when you're fighting a ghost, an enemy you can't even identify. He has to find out who is pulling the strings behind all this. And that's the question that changes the whole game. Who has this kind of power? Who holds a grudge this deep? I mean, yeah, Michael's made a lot of enemies in his day, but this feels different. This is organized, it's relentless, and it feels intensely personal. There's only one person in all of Los Santos who might have a clue. This shady operator named Dex, who runs a high-end underground car market. You know the type. Dex has connections to every major criminal outfit in the city. If there's a new power player making waves, Dex is going to know about it. He's Michael's one and only lead.
But that lead turns into a dead end, fast. When Michael gets to Dex's underground garage, it's a scene of total carnage. Cars are on fire, the whole place is trashed, and Dex himself is dead, brutally murdered. It's pretty clear the mystery enemy got there first.
They silenced the one man who could have given him up.
But one of Dex's guys actually survived the attack, and he gives Michael the name he's been dying to hear: Tommy Vercetti, a legend, a powerful gangster from Vice City. And the motive? Well, it turns out that a while back, Dex paid Michael to destroy a factory to settle some business score. Guess who that factory belonged to? Yep, Tommy Vercetti. This whole thing isn't some new fight. It's payback for an old job.
So Michael finally has a name, but knowing his enemy is Tommy Vercetti honestly just makes things 100 times worse. This isn't some local thug we're talking about. He's a kingpin, a guy with a long reach and a reputation for being absolutely ruthless. Michael is completely outgunned, outmaneuvered, and he turns to his absolute last resort.
His final Hail Mary pass is a guy named Vincent. He's a high-ranking but notoriously corrupt LSPD officer. Michael's worked with him before, and he knows that if the price is right, Vincent can get you police protection, inside info, or just get people to look the other way. He is the only person left in this city who might be able to help him.
But when Michael finally tracks Vincent down, he witnesses the ultimate betrayal. He sees Vincent in a meeting with, you guessed it, Tommy Vercetti himself. His last hope wasn't just off the table. He'd already been bought and paid for. Tommy didn't just neutralize Michael's potential allies, he turned them into his own private army.
And this all leads to this one final chilling moment. Michael just watches, in total disbelief, as Vincent, the corrupt cop, personally organizes a full-blown convoy for Tommy. And we're not talking about a couple of patrol cars here. We are talking a SWAT team providing high-level, state-sponsored protection for the very man who's trying to kill him.
And that leaves us with a truly terrifying reality. Michael is now the target of a powerful gangster who has a chunk of the LSPD in his pocket. He's a fugitive from both the underworld and the law itself. So it really makes you wonder, what do you do when the very people you're supposed to run to for help are the ones leading the hunt?